views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
The 2017 Atlantic hurricane season is now among the top 10 almost active seasons on record, according to the Weather Channel. Now, we saw firsthand the devastation left in Texas, Florida, and other areas along the southern coast of the United States. And who could forget the destruction left in Puerto Rico? Well, some of our neighbors across the Caribbean, especially in the island of Antigua and Aguila, are really feeling the effects of Hurricane Irma and Maria. And coming on this edition of Perspectives, I'm going to be joined by Coach Stevan Lynn, who started Operation Rescue and Rebuild, getting well-needed help and supplies to many who are desperate for just the basic necessities. This and much more is coming up on this edition of Perspectives with yours truly, Daren Jaime.
Let them know. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? Let them know.
Anything relevant to life, you bring it to the table. Whether you make a move solo or a movement with a stable. No fables, you speak on your decisions. Cause in the long run, it's your voice, your views, your vision. Keeping it real with many messages for you to know. This ain't radio, but DJ runs the show. Entertainment, he rocks it. Politics, he locks it. The host with the most would handle any topic. Don't forget to share your perspective with shines of light. Cause it might make a difference in someone else's life.
Make a difference.
What's your perspective?
Express what's in your heart and your mind. Share your perspective.
What's your perspective?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Perspectives. I am Daren Jaime, and of course, we thank you for watching. Of course, you can watch Perspectives every week here on BronxNet's Channel 67. If you're watching on Verizon Files, of course, it's Channel 33, and anytime on the web at bronxnet.org. And you can catch some past episodes of Perspectives and see what we're talking about. And then you're also welcome to join us on social media. There's a couple ways you can get us. You can get us on Facebook at BronxNet Perspectives or Twitter. And then also my professional page, Daren C. Jaime, and get caught up on what's happening in and around our neighborhood. Well, as of September 30th, 13 named storms, 8 hurricanes, 5 major Category 3 or stronger hurricanes had formed in the Atlantic during the 2017 hurricane season. Several islands in the Caribbean are also still struggling to meet their citizens' basic need in the wretched aftermath of Hurricane Maria and Hurricane Irma. Relief efforts across New York, and especially here in the Bronx, continue. My dear friend, who's also Coach Stevan Lynn, he's answered the call and is actively getting well-needed supplies to areas desperately in need. And of course, you know, Coach Lynn, you've seen him on not just here on Perspectives, here on BronxNet as well. Dare to Dream.
Dare to Dream.
Good to have you.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome back,
Good
brother.
to see you, my friend.
Hey, man, it's been a minute.
You're in the family. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And the work that you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Because when we talk about these hurricanes, firsthand devastation, we've seen what's happened in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
And there's other places, and,
Yes.
and I'll give you an opportunity to share. But before you ever got to your relief effort, talk to us about this here, because all you guys were doing was basically a little fatherhood initiative in the Caribbean, and then disaster struck.
We got what we affectionately call the assignment. We've been on the assignment for a little while. We were planning for the first Caribbean fatherhood retreat in Haiti. We've been doing a lot of outreach, and we opened up a shop there outside in Cape Haitian to really deal with a lot of the issues fathers have throughout the Caribbean, and Haiti is our port. However, we didn't know these storms were coming, so we were already ready and reaching out to a lot of the islands, joining us on this big retreat, the first one ever in the Caribbean, talking to fathers, getting them engaged, particularly those with New York and Miami ties. So here comes the hurricanes. So we were already there. We were already there talking to them like family. You know, we were already counseling and dealing and giving them options and all the great things that we do. And when the hurricanes came, it was clear they needed a helping hand. They needed a strong back and someone with a mission and a purpose here in the States, particularly with the relief efforts. That was first. Getting them food and water, you know, shelter, those types of things. We saw that. We see that now even in Puerto Rico. So that's what we came up with, Operation Rescue and Rebuild, and that's what we've been doing.
And so talk to us. So you have this retreat that you were planning, and obviously then disaster hits. You guys now go from retreat mode to disaster mode.
Correct.
An organizing plan begins of trying to really get much needed supplies. Talk to us about rallying the men together to really say, listen, you know, let's help our brothers and sisters.
Well, those that are from the islands, Antigua, Barbuda, Anguilla, Puerto Rico, Dominica. They rose up themselves, to be honest with you. We just had to toot the horn and let them know that we're ready to coordinate it with them, play on their team, because that's their family, their island first. But they were ready and willing and able to do it. We just needed to go ahead and call from the sidelines, if you will, get in the game.
Right.
So we got organized getting barrels, the deliveries, the drop-offs, the pickups, the sorting of the items. That's what we said we were going to do at first, and we went full stop, full court blitz. And it just was fantastic. When we first started it, it just blossomed like a flower immediately.
So you're getting donations from where?
Oh, all over the tri-state area for sure. New Jersey, Connecticut, all over the city. Long Island. There's people from the islands throughout, particularly in the Bronx. You know, this is heavy here, particularly Antigua, Barbuda, Dominica. All the islands that were really hit are heavy here in the Bronx. That's what we do. And so the effort here was just incredible. 8, 9 barrels per week, for sure. Great items, too, things that they needed, toothpaste, soap, women's products, baby products, you name it. Things, survival kits, that's what we call them, in our barrels of life.
And so, as you had the opportunity to go to these countries, you saw firsthand devastation.
Well, I haven't been yet. That's the amazing part.
I should say they saw.
We're ready to go.
Right.
Of course, they talk to their families immediately. But because of the devastation, even now, they're not ready yet to take on a full-blown assault unless you're with FEMA or you're with, we're blessed, we're working with the embassies. That's how the route that we went. So very official. However, they're not really ready yet for phase 2, particularly rebuilding. We're still getting that relief because supplies only last for so long. And the devastation is going to last, particularly in Barbuda. That's gone for a long time. Everybody had to leave.
90%.
Everybody had to leave.
Right.
Dominica, Anguilla, you know, they're Virgin Islands. They have nothing, so we're going to be doing the relief effort for a little while.
And these are places that people would just basically go for vacations sometimes too.
Paradise.
In addition to, you know, we would take a week or a few days and go over there, and now those places are literally devastated and destroyed.
And 90% of their economy, all of the islands, we know that, is from the tourism. So this is going to be devastating for a little while until we can really get back up to snuff. So we're working feverishly on, once again, making sure that our people don't starve or they don't have water or they don't have light bulbs or lights or all those things, necessities, soap, those types of things.
So when we talk about rescue and rebuild, collected supplies, tri-state area really becoming involved, I was surprised, well not surprised, but I was really taken back by the amount of supplies that you guys were able to get. Talk to us and let them know how
it's just been amazing. I know we've done at least 2 cargoes, which is the cargo which you put on a ship, if you will.
Right.
We've done at least 2 of those. It's just been fantastic every weekend since the hurricane, the first, even Harvey. When Harvey first came, even through Texas, that's when we first kicked it off. And each week it's just been growing and growing and growing, including Puerto Rico. We just joined them last weekend with my good friend that is working with them and El Maestros. It was fantastic. Loaded a truck in one day. It was incredible. So people are coming out of their hearts, and we're seeing now, we've known this. We were affected by a hurricane not too long ago. You know that. We're still reeling from that. And other devastations that we've had. So we kind of had a little bit of experience in how to pull it together.
And we talk about these faraway islands. Of course, we talk about what's going on in Louisiana, talk about Houston, Texas.
Florida too still.
Florida and Miami still recovering, and people are still trying to get back to a semblance of normalcy.
Correct.
And still far away. Listen, I want to take a quick break, come back with more with Coach Lynn talking about the Fatherhood Initiative. Where are we and what they're doing these days? Listen, stay with us. We got more show coming up right after this. we're back here on Perspectives. Daren Jaime here with you. We are talking with Coach Steve Lynn from the Dare to Dream and talking about fatherhood and talking about how this initiative of really helping fathers in the Caribbean turned into a relief mission. And for the men who've been connected to the Fatherhood Initiative, an opportunity really to step in and to step up. And obviously this wasn't something that was on your radar to do.
The assignment. You never know when the assignment's coming, nor do you know what's in the assignment. You just got to be ready to do it. And this truly was ours.
Yeah.
On that front.
So about how many men do you talk about these days?
Well, you know, the whole thing was the Caribbean Fatherhood Retreat. That was a dream of ours. You know, we talked about that many years ago.
Right.
But we knew now, particularly working with child support, ACS, those agencies here in the city, that there's a lot of fathers that live throughout the West Indies that either have children here in the United States, they were here in the United States. You understand the scenarios.
Absolutely.
Some kind of way they were tied here. But they were unable to, at this point, to really be an effective father for many reasons, many obstacles. So that's how we said, all right, we need to go ahead and put this retreat together for the Caribbean nations. We talk in many ways in one language, if you will. Mm-hmm. So we were already ready for that. That's where the fatherhood program has gone now, international. And I'm so happy for that. Very excited.
As the fatherhood program goes international, talk to us about the work that you do with fathers. For somebody who doesn't know about the Fatherhood Initiative, you know, this is an opportunity for fathers really to get the necessary skills to become better fathers. And not just to become better fathers, but really to also make an impact in society.
Dare to dream. That's, you know, we started out with that. There's a reason why we chose that for our television show and our mission. But now it's even to the 9th level, because that's what we're pushing the fathers to do. Dare to dream. Reach for your dream again and understand how you make that dream happen. Don't just have it on the bus, on the subway. Make it happen. So that's what we're really encouraging a lot of fathers to do now. Clean up house, of course, first. Working heavy with child support, family court, those types of things. Perceived obstacles. How do you address them? How do you manage them? How do you do your game? But after that, let's start reaching for that dream. Time to go back to school. I don't know where you were, but it's time to go to the next level. Or write your book, or make a movie, or whatever that dream may be. It's never too late. I don't care if you did some time, as long as you prioritize your children. A lot of them understand that now. They've said, Coach, that sounds wonderful, but how do I make that happen? And our quick response is, do you have any children? Yeah, I got 3, 4 of them. There goes your way.
Right.
There's your dream right there. Make sure theirs comes true first. Make sure they're covered. Costs you nothing. The real way to do it. Next thing you know, here comes your dream out of the clear blue sky, either through you or one of them. Somebody in that family's got your talent.
And it's passed on.
More than one. That happens in every family. You see 2 or 3 of them that your dream, I always wanted to play the violin. Next thing you know, your daughter plays the violin. So that's what we're doing with the fathers. A lot more dreaming, pushing them off, taking lots of leaps of faith.
Yeah. We're almost at the end of 2017. I know you got big plans coming up for 2018. Talk to us about what you got coming around the corner.
Well, we got we're in the final stages of planning the Fatherhood Awards again, citywide. Last year that was so incredibly received, where we acknowledged fathers from all over the city, every borough, who were doing exceptional work, not only with their children, but with the whole community. The whole community came out to celebrate them. That's why we wanted to showcase them. So that's coming up again. The daddy-daughter dances, of course. Last year was just ridiculous. Tears everywhere, Cinderella, the whole 9. So we're getting ready for the daddy-daughter dances. This year we're kicking off our signature, the Father-Son Survival Camp at the parks all over the city. And it's gonna be a day of survival.
So what's going on with that?
We're gonna pitch some tents. We're gonna learn how to do some fishing. We're gonna learn how to clean that fish, bird watching, a lot of anything outdoors, really getting the father and the son back in tune with, you just gotta make it together.
It's kind of like Survivor type thing?
Survival camp, that's what we're calling it.
Yeah.
But we're here in the Prospect Park, Van Cortlandt Park, Central Park. But it's gonna be a fantastic day of dads and their boys, you know, making it, roughing it out.
Roughing it out.
That's what we wanna do.
Roughing and having a good time.
Not to mention all the other trainings we're doing with our partners. Heavy with child support again this year. They've given us some options, about 5 or 6 options to manage your case. Now, if you have arrears, what have you. So this year, we're gonna really go off on that one. Let's see it, put them to the test, and we know them to be true.
And you've worked with the court system, particularly with those people those fathers who've been in challenges with child support. Talk to fathers out there who may be having these child support issues and the support that they can actually get?
Well, we're getting ready for the family court. It's called All Rise, and that's getting our fathers ready. And I'm telling them now, the way that you present yourself in court, family court is the key. Child support is just the vehicle. They're just the administrative tool of that. Family court is where everything emulates out of. Visitation, child support, order, the whole nine comes out of family court. But if you don't know how to manage that, if you don't know how to approach yourself before the judge and present your case of why this is my family and why I should be able to take care of them, then you're gonna get in trouble. So this year we're gonna stay focused on that. That was a weakness on the squad, if you will. So we're gonna spend a little bit more time on that one in practice.
And talk about men, because obviously, you know, sometimes men and the criminal justice system, it's always said that when we talk about our men, the criminal justice system is mostly occupied by men, and when we look at men of color. But there is this great aversion of not wanting to deal with the criminal justice system through this. And a lot of times, you got fathers who are trying to avoid the criminal justice system, or even, you know, court, just by not paying, avoiding it, and putting themselves in further challenges.
Yes.
Talk to us about, or talk to some fathers out there who may be just avoiding it because they just have an aversion towards court.
Well, we're our own worst enemy on this one. We're beating ourselves. We've said that many times, particularly on that front. You dipping and dodging your responsibility. It doesn't last always, as a no court system lasts always, but you go ahead and take care of your business. Let us help you with that. Let us get you prepared. You got to step out there your own, son. You made the kids on your own, so you have to take that from there.
Right.
But court system, use it to your advantage. I tell a lot of the fathers that now, because if you're not married to your wife or the kid's mother, you are a single parent. You need to protect yourself and your children. And the court system can put some things in place where I don't care who says anything. I don't care what they say about you. I don't care all the things they try to act towards you. That court is on your side. So we're telling the fathers, now use that to your advantage. Child support as well. When you're up to date on your child support, you know, you're making strides towards that. You're doing that. That's almost like credit. Not only is it real life, it stays off your credit, but it's credit in life. And the way that you carry yourself, and the way that you feel that I take care of my child support. My job, you know, I tell them in a minute, put a little 50 on this and that, or make sure this and that. That's what I do. I take care of my children financially, builds a character unlike anything else. So those are our two main things this year. Family court, where everybody, as you said, they avoid that. I don't want to have anything to do with court because you're not ready yet. You go in there like Perry Mason, you don't have a problem. Everybody's in trouble.
Being equipped is half the battle.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Let's take a quick break and come back with more Coach Steve, Lynn, Dare to Dream, talking about fatherhood and the Fatherhood Initiative. Be right back in a few.
And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. My love, my love, my love, she keeps me warm. 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 She keeps me warm.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Love is kind. Love is patient.
we're back with Coach Steve Lynn of Dare to Dream, talking about the Bronx, fathers and Dare to Dream and the Fatherhood Initiative. And the work, actually, the show actually started off with the great work that they're actually doing down in the Caribbean, getting donations, 2 cargo ships full of relief supplies that's going down to families, and that's all because of this initiative by Coach Lynn and the Dare to Dream. And so it's called Operation Rescue and Rebuild. And I do have some pictures we want to throw up, and Coach will give you an opportunity to share with us as we take a look at some of these pictures. Let us know exactly what we're seeing.
Taking me back. Wow.
Take you back and let you get an opportunity to share with us a little bit about the history of whence you come from. Let's see these pictures right here. Here you go, right there.
We just finished with that with the organization in East Harlem, and they filled out the 2 barrels. As we said before, we're asking if you really want to participate, go ahead and get 2 barrels of life. That's what we call them, and fill them up with all the goodies that they need, and they pack fairly easily. Here we're out in Brooklyn, in Bed-Stuy. The Head Start programs, the after-school programs, they've really stepped up, particularly them. So they've done a fantastic job. This is one over in the South Bronx. They're getting ready to send theirs over to Virgin Islands and Anguilla. So it's really been all over the city that they stepped up to the plate once we put the call out.
And these barrels get filled all the way up.
Filled to the top. Filled to the top. Applesauce, soap, you name it. Washcloths, anything if you thought somebody's starting from over again. Getting an apartment, if you will.
Right.
Just no perishables. And at this point, we're saying be careful with the clothes. You know, it's hot over there. Unless you're doing flip-flops or something of that nature, underclothes, possibly yes.
Right, not
but
like you need sweaters and all
exactly.
that. It's not, the weather doesn't call for that.
Exactly, exactly. Not right now, not right now.
And so if people want to continue to contribute, how can they go about helping out?
Go to our website, Deeds Driven Dad, and put in there, you know, Operation Rescue and Rebuild, deedsdrivendad.com, and we'll go ahead and get you tied to the right people. Lots of people like to deliver or donate to specific islands, so we'll help them navigate that.
So when people have the opportunity to give, I know it's a great feeling. For you, what's the feeling like watching men, families, being able to help these right here in the Caribbean?
Well, of course, it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. I feel so honored. Oftentimes, when we're in the morning time in the torture chamber working out, I'm also always asking, why me? How did I get this assignment?
Right. But
it's fantastic. It is an assignment, period. We want to make sure we get an A+ on it so we can move on to the next. And this was just given to us. We didn't question it. And we're just doing the best that we can to get a good grade. And that's helping people. And against all odds, and these nations that got hit, they don't have any help. You know, they're not treated, they're not put on a pedestal like other nations possibly would have been. So we have to bend over double backwards to help our own, and they are our own.
And once the cameras go, it's hard to get a visual for what's going on. And we've stayed with Haiti way past the earthquake.
That's right.
We brought people here who've given us pictures, understanding as to what it really is, because unfortunately mainstream media, those cameras go away.
Yes.
And fortunately, like shows like Perspectives, we get to stay on the matter,
thank goodness,
talk about the matter, and bring you people who are actually making a difference in the matter. And Coach Steve Lynn, Operation Rescue and Rebuild, doing just that. You get the final word, Coach. Get ready to get out of here.
Well, we're just encouraging people, come to our website if you're looking to donate to the islands, and we're putting this around the world because everybody goes to those islands. You mentioned that earlier. Everybody goes to the Virgin Islands for vacation. We all travel those. Now in a time of need, now's the time to step up, and particularly in this time of year. It doesn't cost too much. It doesn't cost you anything.
And we want people to be connected. So as we said, go to Coach's website. You'll be able to find out more information about how you can actually help out and be a part of the relief effort and making a difference in the life of somebody else. Coach Stephen Lynn.
My friend.
Good to have you, man.
Thank you so much. We
Coach
appreciate
Steve,
that.
Oh, man, listen, always a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
There's great work that's going on. We want you to stay connected. What you do is go to the website. There you can find out how you can give to anywhere, Antigua, Haiti, all these places that are really receiving these supplies and very much needed. Even though you don't see it on TV, it may not make the mainstream media, but we want you to know today there's a lot of people who are still struggling and going through. So if you can and will, help out. That about wraps up for this edition of Perspectives. I'm Daren Jaime. Until next time we meet, stay safe, share your perspective with somebody else. It just might make a difference in someone else's life. Take care. That's it.
What's on your mind?
Let 'em know.
Express what's on your mind. What's on your mind?
Let 'em know. Anything relevant to life, you bring it to the table. Whether you make a move solo or a movement with a stable. No fables, you speak on your decision. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.